Hi my people, welcome to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being part of this family, and as always I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you for supporting us and to let you know that we don't take your support for granted. So without making this video so long, I would like to make a few comments around the IEBC commissioners. First and foremost, I would like to say that I am one of those people that are disappointed with the way the commissioners conducted themselves. These commissioners are supposed to work on behalf of the common Kenyan, the Kenyan that is expecting good leadership, the Kenyan that pays the price for these elections and the price for poor leadership. And I was expecting that these commissioners, because I know they come from communities and they also come from families that could also be like associated with the kind of challenges that common Kenyans go through. So you would imagine that if they have been given the opportunity, and because they are not supposed to be politicians, that they would make the best of the decision that is suitable for every other Kenyan. Unfortunately, that is not the case. We were given the perception that before the election started, that the commissioners were working together. But now, towards the end, or before the presidential elections were officially announced by the chairman, we got to understand that they were never working together. Now, from the responses that have been filed in court, in response to the petition that was filed by Azimio, we see the commissioners blaming each other. First and foremost, I would like to say the deputy chairperson of the commission claims that Chebukati was working on by himself. He did procurement by himself. Preparations were his own decisions. Even to postpone the elections of Mombasa and Kakamega County, it was his own personal decision, and that there was no teamwork. And that doesn't sound very good, because now that means that us as the common Kenyan who had the perception that the commission was working as a team, now comes to understand that that was not the case. And we feel cheated, because then that means that we have commissioners that were paid for a job they did not do, number one. Number two, that the chairman could have made decisions that were only suitable for his own interests and the interests of the people he was working for. Because unfortunately, it doesn't seem like, from the accusations that are being passed over to each other, it doesn't seem like the chairman was working for the interest of the common Kenyan. And that is very disappointing. Then, other than the chairperson, we have another commissioner that is claiming that there was a foreigner that had the access of the database of the IEBC from June, and that during the election period, this foreigner was able to access the database at night. I'm just assuming that the foreigner, because of time difference, assuming it is this Venezuelan as it is being alleged, it is because of time difference that the time Kenyans are asleep, the Venezuela is awake. And he would do his work that time. So as we went to sleep, there was somebody else waking up and working in the IEBC database. Now, that really sounds very crazy. And it sounds crazy because of the duration this foreigner had access, from June to the time elections were being conducted, to even after the elections were conducted. And one would just be wondering, why did the commissioners keep quiet? Why did they not talk? Why is it that no one said anything at that particular time? And then another thing, the response that Chebukati, one of the responses that I found crazy was the one that was made by Chebukati regarding the reasons why he couldn't announce the results of 27 constituencies. Chebukati claimed that it was because of issues of security that he couldn't actually announce the results of 27 constituencies. And one keeps wondering, given the amount of money that was spent, in that elections. If it was money coming from the pocket of Chebukati and he was spending on a process that would belong to him, would he have just given up like that? He is talking about security, and I find that very flimsy, because we know, of course, there was commotion, and we actually condemn the kind of things that we saw, because that was very shameful, given that Kenya is seen as a leader in Central and East Africa in terms of the economy, digital technology, and also human capital. And we are a country that is looked up to in terms of progress, in terms of democracy, and so many other things by so many countries. Even the way we maintain our peace, it is envied by so many countries in East and Central Africa. Now, what I don't really understand is the fact that Chebukati said he couldn't announce results because of security. Yet, now we have been able to see, after he announced the elections and he announced the results that he wanted to announce, or whoever he actually announced, he has been able to traverse the country called Kenya. We've seen Chebukati in Machakos freely. We've not heard anything in regard to his security. And we know that he has security. And we know that no one would have ever really wanted to mess up with Chebukati, given the security of the country. We saw the government also responding, sending the kind of police that you wouldn't necessarily find on a normal day in the streets of Nairobi into Bomas. So in short, there was time, and Chebukati would have waited. He would have also wanted to consult and find out what is it that these commissioners were trying to say in regard to this election that would have really brought us where we are today. Instead of Chebukati being a leader, encouraging teamwork, listening up, trying to understand the complaints of the other people, he chose to do things his own way, as it is being alleged. And if that is true, then it becomes very disappointing. And it is more disappointing not just to the politicians, but to the common Kenyan that has to go through another process, invest so much energy. Now we are investing energy in understanding the Supreme Court, what is happening there, and getting worried whether there will be another elections, and the kind of cost in terms of emotion, effort, and money that comes with the elections. And we know, and we are not also sure whether we should also invest our trust in our institutions. It becomes very time consuming. And then we have the kind of politicians that don't ever keep quiet, and they keep talking. This one tells us this, the other one shouts on the other side telling us that this person is lying. And we as a country are so exhausted. And we hope that the Supreme Court can put to an end this kind of selfishness. What do you think, guys? Please leave us your comment below and let us know what you think. And if you've not subscribed, please click the subscribe button below. And let's meet in the next video.